Alright everyone, sorry about being a little late. Just got the vehicle finished right before these storms came in. So let's get started tracking the storms. We have some strong thunderstorms extending all the way from Sardis City to the northeast toward Pisgah. Moving off to the northeast, currently approaching Crossville, Dawson, and Skirham, Geraldine areas. Special weather statement, strong thunderstorms along the line extending from near Skyline to 7 miles southwest of Section to near Walnut Grove, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour, so 40 mile per hour wind gusts possible. Locations impacted would include Albertville, Scottsboro, Boaz, Guntersville, Rainsville, Stevenson, Crossville, Sylvania, Fife, and Hollywood. Let's take a look at radar. Definitely got that. Nice shelf cloud moving through. Got a good shot of that. Nice little gust front out ahead of it. Currently approaching Valley Head. Of course, it's already making its way into Crossville, Geraldine. Also, Albertville area is getting some thunderstorm activity right now. Nothing severe with this, though. We did have a warning earlier, and I apologize for not being able to be live. I was under the car, had everything took out, and getting the new EVAP system put in. So luckily, got it up. We got a warning coming out now, so let's see what that's for.
National Weather Service in Huntsville, Alabama has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Marshall County in northeastern Alabama, central Jackson County in northeastern Alabama.
Okay, that don't add up. Okay, let me switch radars. It's lagging again. We do got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect now. Let me switch radars. Located near Powell. Okay, there we go. We got the warning up.
Locations impacted include Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Sylvania, Fife.
So bear with me. I am really behind at this point.
For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor.
The weather service has us under a severe thunderstorm warning.
Alright, I need to get this up.
6:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Alabama: DeKalb, Jackson, and Marshall.
Attention all amateur radio operators, this is KO4FUN. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Marshall County in northeast Alabama, central Jackson County in northeast Alabama, and DeKalb County in northeast Alabama until 6:15. At 5:19 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Powell, or 7 miles west of Rainsville, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. 60 mile per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail possible. Locations impacted: Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Sylvania, Fife, Hollywood, Powell, Geraldine, and Grant. This is KO4FUN standing by for reports. Alright guys, bear with me here. So we do have a severe thunderstorm warning out for DeKalb County currently. Sorry guys, working on my vehicle, just got it done. Update Station 28 at 5:22. Looks like we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for northeastern Marshall County, northeast Alabama, central Jackson County, northeast Alabama, and DeKalb County in northeast Alabama until 6:15. At 5:19, a severe thunderstorm was located near Powell, or 7 miles west of Rainsville, moving to the northeast at 20 miles per hour. 60 mile per hour wind gusts, penny-sized hail possible. Areas impacted: Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Sylvania, Fife, Hollywood, Powell, Geraldine, and Grant. The Station 28 standing by for reports. Alrighty, let's get back on this here. Looks like the warning does include the Geraldine area as well. Just to the north of Crossville, kind of right at my location. It's moving over us right now. We don't have that high of winds, but it's going to be with this gust front out ahead of it here. Could be some damaging winds, could go all the way up to Henniger, Ider, Shiloh, Rainsville, Fife, Pine Ridge, Fort Payne, Valley Head, all those areas. Just a big area now under a severe thunderstorm warning. Also for parts of Jackson County around Pisgah, on off to the northeast. Looks like if you're in Stevenson, it's just south of you. Bridgeport, just south of you. So if you're in, let me switch over to a different radar here. And I am seeing some hail in this. Looks like this warning goes on out. Let's look at the update here. Looks like it was for northeastern Marshall, northeastern Alabama, central Jackson County, and northeast Alabama, and DeKalb County, and northeast Alabama until 6:15. Looks like it was located near Powell, or 7 miles west of Rainsville, moving to the northeast at 20 miles per hour. It's not moving very quick. Again, areas impacted will be Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Sylvania, Fife, Hollywood, Powell, Geraldine, and Grant. So tracking it right now, heaviest of it looks like it's going right towards Sylvania. Any minute now you'll be getting that. Powell, you'll be getting that, and some hail, some very heavy rainfall and wind. Henniger, pretty shortly, even the Ider area, we're watching that area too. Also Rainsville and Fife. So I think I've got caught up now at this point. Okay, just keep tracking. Looks like it's right over Geraldine, some heavy stuff there. The heaviest part of the cell is actually around Powell at this point. I'm trying to look at the rotation in here. I don't see any. I'm actually trying to learn how to use this one. Don't see nothing really concerning in that one either. I do see some high winds though. Looks like some really high winds. I don't know why that tool decided it wanted to do that. Looks like around the Sulphur Springs, Overlook area, Flat Rock area, some high winds. Rosalie, Schrader, that's in Jackson County. Seeing some gusty winds along the line. Looks like the best winds or highest winds that I see is up around Yorks Mill, Flat Rock area, Sulphur Springs, Liberty Hill. That's the Sulphur Springs in Jackson, not DeKalb. Also seeing some higher winds up here to the north of Ider with this stuff. Yeah, some pretty good thunderstorm activity there. Developing right along that gust front that's right out ahead. So far our highest gust here has been 10 miles per hour as this stuff moves through. So alright, we're going to switch radars because this one's lagging on me again. And this is why I always recommend radar scope, because you can just about always rely on that. So it looks like just a big old batch of stuff moving through currently. Again, there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. We're waiting for reports. Have not got any kind of wind damage reports yet, but we are waiting to see if we get any. You could see some embedded 50, 60 mile an hour winds possible, even some hail, especially around Powell. Looks like a hail core now approaching Powell, along with lots of lightning. Same with Geraldine, pretty heavy stuff there. At my location, getting lots of rain. We got some other stuff to the southwest, another nice little storm there going north of Boaz, right toward Albertville. That one could be producing some really high winds too as it pushes on through. Very outflow dominant storm though, very unlikely of a tornado with this storm, because it is very outflow dominant at this point. So again, the highest winds that I saw was between Pisgah and Henniger right now. do see some embedded sub, but it looks to be weakening just a bit. So that is some good news. I do see some embedded wind gusts with it. Pull it up on velocity, get a little better look at the wind. On the regular velocity, seeing some potentially damaging winds right now. It's going to be just to the southwest of the shallow area, and I don't know what this thing is doing. Just to the northeast of Eider. Potentially some damaging winds in that area. Radar only showing 40, maybe 50. 45. So that looks like that's where our winds are going to be at mainly. It's going to be with some of that new activity that just developed right ahead of the main line. Looks like that's going to be right over the overlook area in Jackson County, and looks like right along County Road 326 and 324. That's going to be just to the northwest of Fairview. Yeah, literally just to the northwest of Fairview, or west of Fairview rather. There's some pretty high winds showing up. Alright, so we're going to switch radars back one more time because it looks like radar Omega decided it would work. Right there is where our high winds are at currently. I'm going to pull that back up again. Just to the west of Fairview in DeKalb County, some pretty high winds there. Looks like that's going to be again, looks like it's moved a little bit off to the east. County Road 708. And just to the west of Fairview. Let me get an update really quick. Also seeing some high winds now around Lakeview, Geraldine, and also some with this storm here near Albertville and Boaz, moving into the southwest portion of DeKalb. No warning on that, but there is some high winds coming with it. So let me get an update. This is KO4FUN to all amateur radio operators. We're still under a severe thunderstorm warning for DeKalb County and northeastern Alabama until 6:15. At 5:19 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Powell, or 7 miles west of Rainsville, moving to the northeast at 20 miles per hour. Hazards would be 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and penny-size hail. Locations impacted include Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Sylvania, Fife, Hollywood, Powell, Geraldine, and Grant. Looking at the radar right now, looks like the heaviest activity is moving toward right over Henniger, Sylvania, Rainsville, Shiloh, Fife, moving on off to the east toward the Fort Payne area here pretty shortly, and looks like it'll move on off to the northeast after that. So we'll keep an eye on it here. This is KO4FUN, standing by for any reports.
KC4KNS, AB4DH. KC4KNS, go ahead.
it down there a little bit.
Yeah, that's about what I thought, the way the radar was doing. Alright, I just wanted to make sure y'all was idle that way, AB 48.
Yeah, we good. How about y'all though, before you get going? Everything okay?
Yeah, it's just wind blowing over here and a little rain. The purple was over you, over that way. I figured you'd get me.
Yeah, it's beginning to slow down just a tiny bit on the rain, I think. The hailing has already stopped. It didn't do a whole lot.
Oh, that's good. Alright, we'll get off this thing. I know it's lightning. AB 48.
Seeing some really heavy stuff going toward
Okay,
Pine
there.
Ridge and Fort Payne.
C4K this.
Alright, looks like we got an update. It says KO4FUN with a new update from the National Weather Service in Huntsville. At 5:33 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Powell or over Rainsville, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. 60 mile per hour wind gusts possible and penny-sized hail. Locations impacted would include Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Sylvania, Fife, Hollywood, Powell, Geraldine, and Section. This is KO4FUN. So stuff is not moving very quick at all. As you can tell, it's probably going to cause some ponding of water on the roadways for sure, as this stuff does continue to go through. So let's take a look at the comments here. I'm not sure. It may sound like I'm in the wind because the air conditioner back here. I didn't think about that, but that's very possible. That's probably why it sounds like I'm in the wind, because I forgot I got an air conditioner back here now, so it's a little bit loud. I could turn it down a little bit, see if it helps. Alright, let's see if that fixed it at all. So hopefully that fixed everything. Looks like everybody's sick, a lot of people sick. I know there's been a lot of people getting sick. Lost power in Geraldine. Not surprised a bit. Yeah, I turned that air conditioner down. I know it might be a little bit loud on the stream, so maybe that helped it out a lot. And I also just turned my audio full blast. I'm looking at the meter. It looks like it's coming through just fine, but it was picking up a lot of background noise. Alright, there we go. See what that does. Yes, we're under a severe thunderstorm warning. And I believe what you were hearing was, again, my air conditioner. It was on full blast. What I was saying about a tornado, sorry about that, was that this storm is very outflow dominant. More than likely not going to be a tornado threat with it. Literal flood in Powell, I'm not surprised a bit. We did have reports of some dime-sized hail. I don't remember, didn't get his location, but he just said there was some dime-sized hail, but he didn't give his location. Okay, so starting to see these things strengthen up. It looks like to the east of Rainsville, starting to see a little bit of a bow out on this, so it could be some more damaging wind potential with this because it is starting to bow out a little bit. But looking at the storm relative, no rotation that I see. I see a little bit of something near Sylvania, not enough to really worry about at this point. But I do see some high winds with it embedded in this for sure. Going off to the east, about to be in Fort Payne. It'll move on off toward the Hammondville, Valley Head, Mentone area. I also need to keep an eye on this stuff here because it looks like it might be producing a downburst. So let me get the reflectivity back up on that. Okay, yeah, that's probably going to produce some gusty winds there as it's moving north of Albertville. More than likely, they got some high winds there around Boaz and Albertville. This is moving to the north, so it's moving in an odd direction. We'll watch that. Now, it looks like it's just moving past us right now. Moving to the north, looks like it's going toward Five Forks, Whiten, Hopewell area, South Hill, and DeKalb County, and Asbury, Martling area. That's going to be in Marshall County. Moving toward Little New York and Poplar Springs, could have some high winds, gusty winds with that, not surprised. And also now seeing a hail core develop to the east of Fairview and the southern portion, or rather south, I guess kind of to the eastern portion there of DeKalb County, east of Geraldine. Got a little bit of a hail core. That's moving toward Horton, Lebanon, Killen Mill, Hughes Mill, Pine Ridge area, or I'm sorry, not Pine Ridge. Yes, Pine Ridge, my bad. I thought it said Pea Ridge, but Pine Ridge. Could have some high winds there momentarily. Also, the Blake area. I know we got a operator there in Blake. High Point area. Pea Ridge Crossroads. That's what I almost got that confused with down there. Just a big line, pretty much. Big old batch. And the heaviest of it right now, again, moved over Rainsville, approaching Fort Payne. And also the Valley Head and Hammondville area momentarily. It's all following that gust front. And behind it we have some more rain, but as we mentioned, there could be some more behind it. It looks like another cluster off in Mississippi. We'll watch. Alright, let's take a look at this update. Last update was 5:33. It was located over Powell or over Rainsville. It's only moving to the east at 20 miles per hour. There could be, not guaranteed, but there could be some 60 mile per hour wind gusts and some penny size hail. Could be some hail up to penny size or smaller. But my concern now is between Sylvania and Pine Ridge area, approaching Fort Payne. It's going to be where my main concern is at with the way that looks. I don't see nothing terrible wind-wise. There is some gusty winds embedded in there, but I don't see nothing crazy with it. And yes, I'm so thankful to have the air too. Thank you, Mr. Chuck, for that air conditioner. So we got some approaching Eider right now. I do believe I got some really good footage if my drone didn't even want to work, so I don't know what's wrong with it. Oh, I'm cool. It's 70 degrees in here. Usually it's around 90 right now, but it's 70, so it's already cooled it off a bunch, thankfully. Watching on from Henniger on TV via YouTube. Thanks for watching, Sarah Tinsley. It's like heavy rain between Henniger and Eider. Shelby Watts, hello. You know what? I thought you'd deleted your Facebook. I'm glad you didn't yet. Maybe you'll change your mind. I know it's tempting to delete it. So my main concern here is going to be gusty winds and heavy rain. I'm just not seeing damaging winds with this, I'll be honest. Even though there's a warning, I just don't see damaging winds with it. I'm not seeing damaging winds at this point. So that's good. I believe the warning will probably be canceled a little bit early maybe. I'm just not seeing it. The storm relative velocity, I don't see really any rotation with this stuff at all, as to be expected for outflow dominant thunderstorms. But I do see some gusty winds, especially anywhere to the east of Eider, east of Henniger, east of Sylvania now, going into Fort Payne, about to be in Valley Head, Hammondville, Mentone area, Riverdale, Bankhead, Battelle, Rogers area, Sulphur Springs. I do see a little bit of a pickup there on the wind. around Sulphur Springs, but that's about it. Other than this gust right here, that was pretty much the strongest indication I had, and that was near Fairview. I was talking about that earlier. That's the highest wind that I've actually seen pop up on here since this storm's been warned. Alright, so I'm going to step back here in the background just for a moment while you guys are watching that. And I'm going to take a look and see when our next storms are going to come in. If they are, I know the models had it pinged that they'd be here around 5 o'clock, so they were dead on with it. Alright, so we get that one on out of the way. Looks like I don't know what just happened to that radar scan. I think it's updating. Alright, so I see that stuff out in Mississippi, and okay, it's radar, it's updating at the moment, so it's being a little bit crazy. Looks like all that wants to stay over in Mississippi, though. Looks like, you know, kind of in between northern Mississippi and Tennessee. And it doesn't look like it really makes it over here, so this may be our last round for tonight. I'm going to look at one other model real quick. So it looks like there's a pretty decent area of low pressure that goes to the north up into Tennessee, northwestern Tennessee. I'm seeing an area of low pressure go up into there. Trying to back it back up, but it keeps updating. Okay, so we're literally at right now. Alright, so our next big batch of storms, looks like they tried, if this thing would stop updating for 5 seconds so I can actually look at the time. Okay, so our next big batch of storms, looks like they get in here between 7 o'clock and looks like maybe 8 o'clock. Let me run it back to again, it's updating. You know what, I'll just wait a minute and let it update because it's just going to keep fighting me until I do. Looks like the storms are now approaching Hammondville, Valley Head. So get ready for maybe some hail. I do see a little bit of hail embedded in there. But still don't see damage in winds, so I believe this warning will be canceling very shortly. I just don't see any damage in winds in it. In fact, I've only seen one time that it had close to damage in winds in it, and that was when it was on up in the northeastern portion of DeKalb County. 5:33 is our last update. We have had confirmed reports of dime-size hail. No reports of penny-size hail. I don't see any damage reports showing up on either end. Yeah, no damage reports on either radar here. So we haven't had any wind damage reports. I think there was some reports of trees down, a few trees down in Jackson County, which is to be expected, you know, anywhere in the county when you have gusty winds. In fact, you could have them fall even on a sunny day. When me and Isaiah met up last night around 1 o'clock in the morning, he's a storm chaser out to the west, and he's chasing along with the storm chase team that also chases with Reed, so it was nice to get to meet Isaiah again. Last time I met him was at the spotter class. I'm hoping to get in with them myself. That would be nice to get in with some of them out there. But yeah, there was literally a call went out last night while we were sitting there talking for a tree down, and there was nothing in the area. So, all right, warning has been canceled as expected. This is KO4FUN to all amateur radio operators. Be advised that the severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for DeKalb County has now been canceled and replaced with a special weather statement. A strong thunderstorm will impact southeastern Jackson and DeKalb counties through 6:15. At 5:46 p.m., Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorms along a line extending from 7 miles southwest of Trenton to near Fort Payne to near Sandrock. Movement was to the northeast at 50 miles per hour. Wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour possible out of this. Locations impacted will be Fort Payne, Grainsville, Henniger, Crossville, Sylvania, Fife, Powell, Eider, Pisgah, and Valley Head. This is KO4FUN, clear.
The door is locked.
Station 28 Skywarn advised all stations that the severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall has now been canceled and replaced with a special weather statement. Looks like that's through 6:15, a special weather statement for Jackson and DeKalb counties. Wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Locations impacted: Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Crossville, Sylvania, Fife, Powell, Eider, Pisgah, and Valley Head. Storms are moving off to the northeast at 50 miles per hour. Station 28 clear, 5:50. Alright, so right now just some high winds expected to come through. The warning that was in effect has now been allowed to expire, so we'll keep an eye on them. Looks like this might be the last batch that we have to deal with today, or tonight rather. It's getting dark. Well, not yet. It's like 2 hours, so. Oh, that's so sweet, Sarah Tinsley. That's so sweet. Tell them I said hello. I appreciate it. Yes, I've got to eat. My sandwich is here ice cold, and I haven't ate it yet. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. And of course, we'll wrap it up here with our sponsors, Mr. Dylan Snyder at Alabama Living Real Estate. For all your real estate needs, you can give him a call at 256-979-4330. And also, RKG Automotive Group, give them a call and check them out on Facebook if you see any vehicles you would like. Of course, give them a call at 256-323-7323. Please let one of my sponsors know that you saw the ad here. If you decide to do that, it would be helpful. Also, Mr. Wade Swords, if you got any damage, maybe a very large tree falls during these storms and you can't get it cleaned up yourself, Mr. Wade Swords would be the one you need to call at 256-558-9910. He does all kinds of stuff from tree stump removal, excavation, dirt work, bucket work, demolition, and debris hauling as well, as mentioned. So thanks again, and you can also like and subscribe to our channel and our YouTube. We'd appreciate it. Like and follow us on Facebook, and if you'd like to send a thank you donation, you can do that at Cash App, DeKalb CWX. Also, PayPal is on my Facebook page as well. It's pinned, so you might have to look. In just a minute to find that. But trying to read. Yeah, Shelby, I just saw your comment come up, so yeah, I appreciate that. I try my best to pour my heart out to everybody and, help out. And by the way, mentioning this, I will try to meet Monday afternoon. I think that'll be technically evening. From 4 to 5 o'clock at the Crossville Park. If you bought shirts and would like to pick them up, of course, I will have another arrangement because I'm sure not everybody will be able to make it at that time. So I may stay a little later than 4 to 5. That will depend. But it's right behind the Crossville Fire Department, the Crossville City Park. I'll be back there. I'll have, a lot of shirts that people have ordered. Just come up, let me know your name, and I'll get you your shirt, give to you. So thanks again. Everyone who ordered shirts, I'll have another order coming out hopefully next week once I get all these give to the owners because I don't want to get them all mixed up. We'll have another list coming out and another chance for everyone to order more shirts. And also, if you've already bought one and you're wearing it, please turn it inside out. Don't put it on high heat because if you do, it's going to mess it all up. Make sure you put it on gentle cycles when you wash it too. So that's just a little heads up. It will ruin your shirt if you don't do that. Thanks again, everybody. God bless. Have a great rest of your day. It's 5:53, 70 degrees, and we'll see you on the next update. Thanks again, everybody.